Just wanted to do a quick djembe lesson for you guys. So this is a djembe. It's very similar. Like if you can play a djembe, you can pretty much play a bongo. So if you have bongos, anything similar, any kind of hand drum, they have differences to them, but for the most part, if you can play one, you can play them all. So djembe is a big wooden guy. It usually comes from Africa, but also all around the world you can get them. I think it originated in Africa, although I'm sure way back, who knows. You have the skin top for the head. This one I got actually like at a pawn shop, and if anyone knows who that is, like I'd love to know. It's beautiful. I saw it and was like, wow, this thing's decorated. Looks like something I'd probably make. It says beats. I can't totally read it. Heads, big heads, beat. Oh, maybe big heads beats. Wow, maybe I should look that up. Do a little investigation. If anybody wants to investigate. One of my favorite things about doing videos with you guys is the community. I honestly feel like I am a small portion of the fact that a video gets created, because what happens is so far beyond just this. I create the video, I share it with you guys, then you get to comment in, talk, connect, communicate, like learn so much. I don't know everything. I'm in no way an expert. Music, food, no, like everyone has great things going on, so please share. So what I want to do is give you guys a little bit of a lesson how to play bongos. And the reason learning how to play bongos is so amazing is when you learn how to play the bongos, you can pretty much join in with anyone on anything, because percussion pretty much is always needed. I think always, but some people would disagree, but percussion is almost always needed in music. So let's say people are playing, right, and you go to a friend's house, maybe there's a family event, a festival, music's playing, and people are kind of walking over and joining in. You know, sometimes you see a band that's just like, hey, you know, we're the three guys in the band, and we're just going to play our songs, and you can go be over there, and you can dance and listen and love us, and that's great. That's more of a band. But when it comes to, sometimes you'll go see a performance, right? Maybe some people are playing, and then some people in the audience get up, and they start playing along, and you're kind of like, whoa, what's going on? Well, that is typically an improvisation, or a jam, or like the song is something they know, it's very simple. And I believe the best kind of music is the most simple kind of music, because when you're tapped into simple music, you can connect with so many people. So when you learn how to play a drum, it is one of the best things to just walk into a situation and be able to just say, hey, like I'm here, I'm gonna grab something. You don't have to say anything. You just, people are jamming, you walk up, you see an instrument like this or something with your hands, and you just start tapping it. Now there's a very specific way a lot of bongo players play, and they kind of cup their fingers, and instead you can hit the center, which is deeper, but a lot of times there's this sweet spot around the rim wherever you are. It doesn't matter like how this is turned typically. And okay, so I can change from, right, different sounds. And these are, I mean, there are much better bongo players out there that maybe disagree, but these are two of the easiest sounds to play in the bongo. And they're very pronounced. This is deeper, so it's a little bit more like the kick, like boom, boom, kick drum, you know, and this is more of like a snare, which if you don't know anything about drums, the kick is the big instrument that drummers play with their feet, like boom, boom. So whenever you're listening, you hear the beat, like the that's the kick drum. And when you hear the psh, 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 it's a snare. Psh, 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 psh. Anyhow, that's a whole other thing, a little beatboxing. Very fun too. So listen, if you don't have an instrument, you play an instrument with your mouth, you can play with your, what are these things called again? That's right, legs. You can play with your legs, anything around you, the desk. Everything has a beat. Some things might sound better than others, but you can honestly walk into any situation and start playing along, and it's a very powerful thing. The reason I like to express this and explain this is because I believe when people connect to life musically and connect to themselves musically and other people, is one of the most powerful explorations of just life and awesomeness that you can have. It's like eating a great meal is amazing. Like sharing a great meal with friends. Think about that feeling when you're just like with good people, and you're sharing this incredible meal, and like, oh my God, what is happening? You know that feeling? Or maybe it's by yourself, whatever it is. Now imagine that times like infinity. That is music. When you're connecting with people, when you're connecting your music with yourself, because you feel this, it's like an instinctual connection to everything. You know, when we're out in life, we're like, yeah, you know, I know this person, I'm connected to this person, like, I don't know that person, we have no connection. There's this constant separation in us sort of thinking about how we are in relation to people. But there's this thing inside of us, this vibration that connects us all as one, and that is honestly what music taps us into. Have you ever been to a show before and you're dancing, and you're looking to see if people think about it? You know, people love EDM, techno music, dance, house, because you're in this place and you're connected to this thing. You see people at festivals, like 60,000 people all dancing to the same beat. It's this vibrational connection that music gets inside of your entire body and being, and just kind of links you up. And when you get lost in that, you know, you can be disconnected, and this isn't for me, but when you get lost in the, when you get lost in that, something very, very powerful happens. So, with that in mind, for me, this lesson isn't about music theory in the sense of teaching you beats. This is really just about the very basic way of playing an instrument, which is just every drum note is just this. No matter how fast you hit it, it's still the same thing. Changes the volume of it. So if you hit light, right, versus same sound, just lighter, heavier. Speeds even, same thing. So when you grab one of these, keep it very simple, and that's all you have to worry about. You can walk into a room of super talented musicians. Paul McCartney could walk into this room right now, and he could start playing a song, and I know that I could accompany him without even skipping a beat of fear on drums. Singing is different. You have to know the lyrics. Piano, guitar, a little bit different. You have to know the chords, or you have to know how to improvise within those chords, which is something I've taught myself over the years, and I'm very, skilled at now, and I'd be happy to teach to you in another video. But this is the best place to start, because you don't need to know the chords and the notes. All you have to do is feel the experience. So if music's happening, and it's just play with me. Anything. If you have an instrument, great. If you have a table, great. If you have a leg, great. Following me. If you can't, just play simple, stay simple. Yeah. You're doing great. Move your body a little bit if that feels good. Sometimes it throws you off beat for a minute, but you get it. I feel the music everywhere. I can play as wood. And that is how you play the rhythm. More coming. Check out the other videos. I did a video on how to play guitar in 10 minutes. If you want to learn how to play guitar, and you've always wanted to play guitar your entire life, I will show you in 10 minutes how to start playing guitar. So much more to come. I only put out these videos when I'm inspired, and that could be every day. I mean, every day I'm inspired to play music, but I'm not always inspired to share it until I really feel like I have something to share. So more will come, plenty will come. But all I ask of you is to share. Share what feels right. Share the things in the world that mean the most to you, that have really helped you the most in life. If this video helped you, share it. If another video really helped you, inspired you, share it. That's the way we can bring goodness around the world. Music.